This quote, when you educate, oops, you should elevate, speaks to a phenomenon that I see all too often, especially in now digital age nowadays. What do I see? I see that very often passion turns toxic. Now, are you going to say hello to me? Look at you. Hello. It's me. There was a time when discourse held a degree of subtlety, sophistication. Maybe the arrogance was still there, but at least there seemed to be a semblance of common sense. People understood intuitively that you couldn't convince someone else by resorting to insult or name calling. They knew these tactics were inherently counterproductive. But somewhere along the line, this understanding seems to have eluded us now. We've entered an era where online interactions are rife with personal attacks, thinly veiled contempt, deliveries often overtly abusive, and this behavior seems to have bled onto offline behavior. Okay, let's play devil's advocate for a minute and admit that sometimes it may happen that somebody has such an attachment to a viewpoint, they're so passionate about a viewpoint that they get carried away in explaining it because they don't understand how somebody else can have an alternative viewpoint. And then, unfortunately, momentarily, their passion throws away compassion. And then they start hurling insults and they start shaming the person that they're trying to convince. Okay, let's admit that that can happen. But how can it become a method that you deliberately employ to try and convince somebody? To me, that defies basic logic. Because doesn't it make more sense that if you do that, you hurl insults, you shame someone, you tell them basically that they are an idiot for having a certain viewpoint, how is that not going to result in them actually always resenting you and not willing to concede any argument to you because of your attitude? They're gonna dig their heels into their viewpoint whether you are right or not. To my mind, common sense dictates that a gentle, considerate approach, relying heavily, if not solely, on the strength of the argument itself, is far more likely to be received. It may well open the door to understanding and to potential agreement. But that's not what we see. Instead, we're bombarded with personal attacks that serve no purpose other than to wound. So, my inescapable conclusion is that for many, the aim is not to educate or persuade, it is to humiliate, to assert dominance through verbal violence. So, we have to ask ourselves, what is the aim in conversing, in debating someone with a different opinion than ours? Is it to win a hollow victory over them, proving that we're superior in some way to them? Or is it to foster understanding, build bridges, elevate each other's understanding and insights, and just elevate each other rather than humiliating each other? The latter is the best decision. The challenge is we need to not give in to emotional rage if our buttons are pressed. If, for example, a viewpoint that we're vehemently against is presented to us, we need to choose reason over rage, logic over emotional reactivity. Because then what is going to come out is going to be a stronger argument, and we're not going to be emoting, just actually speaking words out of emotion rather than logic. It is a difficult thing to do, but this is a decision we have to make if we are to move forward. Now, this video was sponsored by... This is where my quotes are from. Check it out. Also, next time we're gonna be looking at this quote right here. Be there or be square. Be like water, my friend. Right, the problem is, I don't think that actually is working. This mic, it shows that it's working, but to be honest, I can't hear it. Well, we'll try anyway. So, eyes on you. Hello. How you doing? Help me. No, I don't need help. I'm alright. She's flirting with me. That's not right. Yeah, there's no sun today. Well, there was for 5 minutes, but this is Britain, so every 5 minutes the weather changes. But this is nice. Okay, what am I gonna do the next shot? Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it there.